Hello there, and we are live. This series has been leveled up. It's 1-all to each player. We've got Helping Hands in the north playing again as Soviets. Big surprise to me, to be honest. I expected USF and Brits off this guy. Who's he up against, Ed?
Big bad Noggano in the south, representing the OKW. And after showing us this last game the dominance he pulled out with OKW, then yeah, it's no wonder he's gone for the same faction again. No Wehrmacht from either player so far.
No. Quick overview of Faymanville approaches changes for those of you that are just tuning in for the tournaments as and when they come around. This map's had its retreat pass changed, so you don't get held up and killed here so much. You can also exit the base over here. The entire north side now is symmetrical to the south side, so this house is like the south house, and you can battle very much similarly to the south side. You know how you can get around the back of this building here? This is kind of cool. You can actually get onto this island now, which is kind of cute. Yep.
Next level stress, thanks for that. That's going to help in my order match and throw some demos in from behind the docks.
Exactly. So that's a little overview. I'm sure you'll see some of the other changes as you watch, but let's focus on the tactics at play in this game. Helping Hands and Noggano, they've both now won as allies. So let's see if...
Axis.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Noggano, what did he have? He had USF last game, yeah.
Let's get rid of that. That's my countdown timer for this game starting, but it started earlier than I anticipated, so there you go.
And Kubel has anticipated as well. Every game for OKW today has had a Kubel, so shout out to all those Kubel users out there.
Yeah, let's just take a moment.
I love it.
Let's just take a moment to thank the Kubel. Thank you. Thank you for being the Kubel Vlog.
For all them haters in chat. Saying Kubel never does anything good. Well, here it is in the highest tournament of 1v1 play
Ever.
going to work. Yep. And if people are banking a 20k tournament on this, then it must be worth it.
Well, the best players can make really good use of it as a harassment tool in the early game. You've got to consider, it costs 210 manpower. You've got to ask yourself the question, am I good enough to make that 210 manpower cause my opponent enough problems to make it worthwhile? And for 98% of us, the answer is no. But for Noggano and Hands, the answer is yes. And here it is, causing problems for Helping Hands, pushing him around, being a little Kubelwagen. Stern Pioneer, however, is low on health. Got to be careful, Ed.
Yeah, Hans did not. Sorry to interject, but the Kubel gets away because Hans did not focus it with the penals.
No.
Let it slip away, but here comes the big bad clown car. Early game monster. And away goes the Volks. Shond.
Oh, we've got also engagement in the north here. Folks Engineers versus Combat Engineers in a battle for this fuel point.
Yep. Combat Engineers living up to their name, dropping models like it's hot, but I think they've got to jettison out of there pretty soon.
Yep. Rockets like it's hot. And the M3 in the centre. Traverse north. Strafbach needs orders. That's the Strafniki, of course. Yep. The penal battalion. That are pretty much the super troops of the Soviet army. Their SVT. They get the better rifles, Ed. They get access to anti-vehicle equipment. If it was me, I'd be committing crimes to get the better equipment, right? That's what seems to happen.
Yeah, Mosin or a semi-automatic. I don't know what I'll prefer in close quarter. But shout out as well to our friends from South Asia.
Oh my lord.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody in Korea. Thank you for being a big supporter of the Company Heroes scene. It is the superior RTS, of course, because... No, but big shout out to you guys. Thank you for tuning in. And you are watching Helping Hands versus Noggano. So the Brit versus the Russian. It is game 3 of this best of 5 series. Unlucky to PFC, who I assume has lost to Von Ivan. So well played to that Korea competitor. Embodying a little bit of the Korean army who used to play Company Heroes 1 of old. We've seen a lot of Korean players get very good at Company Heroes 2 recently.
Yeah, and one of my first streams I watched, I think, was Red Force. Another
really?
Korean player, yeah, of big team games. Well, when you start out in this game, you don't really jump into 1v1s, do you? You kind of want to hide in the corner in a 4v4.
Well, the thing about the Korean players, Ed, is they actually have more places in the ladder in the top 50 than any other nation, but they've yet to get a player up into the top 10 of like tournament players. And for me, PFC's really started to do that, as has Tiramisu. So it's an exciting time to be a Korean fan. Anyway, back to the stream. Thanks for the 1,700 extra viewers. M3's harassing. We've got the new penal battalion pushing in. Foch Grenadiers just watch on in horror.
That early game clown car aggression is so powerful until I'm surprised Noggano didn't go any Panzer Fusiliers. Does get a Faust off though.
Yeah, nice Faust. Combat engineers jump out to add some flame harassment. Elsewhere, by the way, Kubelwagen's just watching on as another penal battalion rears its ugly head.
Run, little Kubel. Penals they do get good pen against Kubel's armor. Can't stick around for long there.
Causing all kinds of problems, pushing it away. That's a new windmill, by the way. It didn't used to be in the game. This is the first time I've ever had to show it on cast ever, Ed.
Well, you say the top 50 is full of, a lot of Korean players, but yeah, all the Dutch fans out there of CoH2 will be loving that windmill edition.
Yeah, exactly. They might not have good players in the game, but you can get inside this windmill and think of the Netherlands. How about that? Oh yeah, sorry. They have one good player. They have one good player, Ed. My bad. One good player.
An expensive runner who couldn't make the tournament. He would have been up there, I think. Representing for the
And
Dutch
look at this,
resistance.
HelpingHans yet again going for defensive tactics. Got the Dushka, the M42, Mini AT gun, and
this commander, it seems. Bringing out a lot of call-in support weapons. It does complement your penal build very well indeed.
Dushka now on the field. It's going to be causing some heavy-duty hurt. Noggano pushing in, takes refuge behind that VW Beetle-esque vehicle.
I think we need like a Sky Sports dedicated Kubel cam for
Kubel
the fans over there.
We could cast that.
So you can do player cam, but on its perspective.
Well, there's the M3.
For the whole game.
There's the Kubel doing Kubel things. That'd be such a good idea. Kubel cam.
Well, there's 3 people that would want it.
Well, Coming Heroes has been struggling to be an esport. It's had its moments where it's felt like an esport, but I think Kubel cam would really push it over the edge. Really would. Anyway, we've got nice bit of harassment here. Kubel's trying to block in the penal battalions as this.
Love shove, nice. Pushing off penals, just with clever usage of pushing those.
And
penal
sweeping
battalions
this
out
mine
of the
as well,
cover.
Ed.
Yep. Double efficiency here from Noggano.
Good suppression by the Dushka there as the M3 gets momentarily held up.
Dushka. The suppression, the Maxim was meant to be, but could never live up to it.
A little bit more
it's
expensive.
so much better, isn't it?
A little bit more expensive though, of course. 300 manpower for the bigger machine gun.
And I think it gets armor-piercing rounds and vet 0, which is crucial.
And we missed this engagement, but the reason that the Stern Pioneers were able to beat out the penal battalion is thanks to the Kubel, just pushing them around, and he's going to need a new penal battalion to try and win it. And here comes the M3 also overdriving into view to try and get rid of that Kubelwagen.
And there's been a horrendous misclick from Noggano. He has done breakthrough doctrine. Maybe he thinks he's in 4v4, I don't know. But we could see the Jagdtiger boys. Believe
in the Jagdtiger, of course. Panzer Fusiliers, assault artillery. Breakthrough tactics can be pretty tasty now and again.
Oh, Sturm officer, hello.
Hello.
Doesn't have the bulletin to buff it, but still. I'm liking
Let's just give the Stern officer some hype, because I just love the fact that he's got 3 bodyguards and he's a badass. And it's a model you don't often get to really look at very much. Reminds me of you remember the Knights Crossholders?
Ah, yeah. They come out like Vet 3.
Yeah.
Nice. I think they're Ubers that support them, so it's not a bad squad. And with this new patch, I believe the unit receives veterancy buffs now.
Fair enough. And of course,
So I want to see that Vet 5 Sturm officer dream. Backed up by a Jagdtiger.
Panzer II Lux has been built, making its way to a battlefield near you very soon indeed. HelpingHans has a good amount of fuel, and he does have the Tankovi Battalion Command built. He's just waiting for the prerequisite manpower to get the T-70. That's 260 necessary.
But do you go MLG debates and get an SU-76? I know you're a fan of the old SU-76 sound.
Situational though, in a high octane 1v1 battle, the T-70 is usually the choice. Stern Pioneers causing harassment on retreat, as is the Panzer II Lux. Noggano is playing very well this game. Hans is matching him, Ed, but it's really feeling that Noggano's in the ascendancy right now.
T-70 is the choice there, Matt, like you said. I just thought with the anticipation of knowing your opponent's gonna get a Puma, maybe want to go something that can just range with the Puma, but yeah, good shout on the T-70.
First Grenadiers capping fuel in the north and in the south, meaning double fuel very soon for Noggano, so he will be able to gain access to that Puma to counter the T-70 in no time at all.
Lord Von Ivan has blessed us with his presence as well in chat.
Congratulations on winning your series, Von Ivan.
Yeah, very well played indeed against possibly Korea's best player in PFC at the moment. But back in this series, HelpingHans still using the scout cars. Unit preservation's on point. I mean, normally, let's be honest, we've all lost the scout car by about 3 minutes in.
The thing is like, you're exactly right, Ed. You may think that Noggano is winning this game authoritatively, but HelpingHans hasn't actually lost anything, and that gives him the ability to bounce back with furious vengeance and anger, as we're seeing the T-70 rock this Panzer II before the Puma can make its way onto the battlefield, of course. Will it go in? Yes, it will. It's harassing, it's pursuing, it needs penetrative shots, needs one more misses. Oh, but gets it! With an over-the-shoulder shot from the headquarters. Great by the T-70. Hans, there's your look, my friend.
From downtown. That was a 3-pointer for the T-70 right there. Whoa. What a turn just before the Puma hits the field as well.
Oh. Zing! Over-the-shoulder layup, and that was fantastic by HelpingHans T-70. It must have been an attack round, I assume. I mean, to get the turret to traverse that well whilst on the move, black magic, quite frankly.
Flashbacks to NBA hang time, 1997. Throwing it from your own hoop, getting it in there.
NBA Jam was my jam. Puma pushes in, T-70 harassed. This is just a vanilla penal battalion. It's going to throw their life on the line. T-70 needs to make it behind the bushes. Oh.
And no mine as well, crucially not exploding on his own mines, but no.
Noggano nearly gets it.
The map change has given more vision now.
Oh, gets the M3 instead. What a battle we're watching, Ed. This guy's just having a coffee. Come on, guys. There's a big battle going on here. PTRS pushing in. Dushka watches on. Will he enact the armor-piercing rounds? Puma's got to be careful.
This map change has totally opened up new ventures for the Pumas with its long-range capabilities now. It's so much more effective. Hans has got to be honest. Tippy toes all game long.
Really has
take out this Puma. But big VP lead again, from Noggano. This guy just eats him up for breakfast. You can't push him off.
You certainly can't. Sorry, there's the KD. It's dead even. But in terms of graphs, Noggano's equalised things. Obviously, starts at a head. Points held, though. Look at the dominance on the map control from Noggano.
That's how you cap a VP, you got folks. Triple cap all the time. Just 5 VPs Hans been able to nick off them so far. But, like you said, good old unit preservation in Hans' order. Still got his whole army value. Could this be the big GG push that we need? Throwing penals and a Dushka forward onto the cutoff.
Dushka's surviving an incendiary grenade here. Well, not surviving, it's dying in fact. Kubl's going to turn its entire body and finish it off.
Supermarket sweep, get the Dushka out of there. Oh, nearly.
But the penal battalions will support it. Puma watches on. We've got the T-70 lurking in the rear. Sturmgewehr's popped in the heat of battle, but still forced away regardless.
Good restraint there from Noggano as well. Retreat. I thought he was going to tiptoe through and take out go and snatch the Dushka, but Hans has been able to regather it. Good play. Good defensive play from Hans.
Certainly is. A fresh Panzer II. Luke's on the field. T-70's chilling in the centre. Sternpike's with a very difficult retreat path now, Ed.
There you build another Luke's when you just saw what that T-70 did in the base.
Got the Kobe O'Brien of T-70s indeed, and there we go. Oh, terrible retreat path, but he's suffering thanks to the Puma, so he's forced away as a result.
One thing about this this map as well, I think it's very hard to get cheeky mines down in the middle just because so much vision and so much fighting is going on there.
Yeah, you're not
it's hard for either player to get an aggressive mine down.
Look how much suppression's offered by one Dushka here. The Luke's is going to try and change the situation around.
It's just giving free reign at the moment to these light vehicles. Where's the M42, the little spud gun of the Soviet armies? We need that anti-tank out for Hans to...
It would help so much against this build, against a Kubel, Panzer 2.
Big Kimbo-esque Madlock being pushed back. Maybe Noggano learned that from the master himself. But yeah, good retreat, mass retreat there from Noggano. Unit preservation again, being key.
Mine being planted on the rear side of the sandbag there, making a trap for Noggano, but the Kubel spots it. Victory points, however, are heavily slipped away from HelpingHans. 495 to 172. We did see in game 1 though, however, HelpingHans won with a very similar deficit, so don't count out the Brit quite yet. And he was on Soviets at that point in time, but it's certainly looking very unlikely now because Noggano is fighting with such ferocity.
I think Hans, maybe he's had been getting a bit brainy. FK thinks he's on a 1000 VP game or something, because he seems very lackluster in getting these control points. He needs to get a move on. It's down to almost 150. But as we have a little bit of lull in action, we can see, just take stock, think about their next build orders. Got to get that T-34 out for HelpingHans to get the RAM potentials combined with the artillery overwatch. And I don't know what Noggano's going for, to be honest.
I'll tell
He's
you
going
what though,
for
it
a
is...
wipe in the centre.
Oh!
Potentially gets out of there.
I'll tell you what though, this is one of the few maps... Oh, nice foray by the Puma coming into the centre. Will it track this last shot? Oh, misses. And we've got the PTRS Penal's going to give it all kinds of problems.
Like, is Noggano legit?
Oh!
Tiger?
Blob on retreat there. The Polish hammer.
Nice. Good control group. Execution on the retreat path there. But Noggano, Jagdtiger, what do you reckon, Matt?
I'm thinking this is one of the few maps where if you cleared a lot of this debris in the centre, you could actually kind of support it. I did once watch Loveness play with an ISU 152 versus Barton in the ESL days on this very map. It didn't end very well. Barton built 5 Pumas, but it was certainly exciting. PTRS Penals, watch on as the MG34 retreats. We've got Noggano going for a northern position now, it seems.
I'd love to know whether it was a misclick or just absolute trollage from Noggano to pick this commander. But he may know something we don't. Like you said, it is quite an open area in the middle of the map now. That target could be good. Bet 3 Kubel's still alive for those Kubel cam watchers.
Kubel cam, eat your heart out. This little guy's watching the battle.
Bet 3's self-repair. It got changed around.
Yeah, looks like it.
Not too sure, but yeah. So you don't even have to micro that now.
Oh, what a shot by the Puma! T-70 nearly died there.
Anything you can do is...
There's the Su-76 just come onto the battlefield now. Going to be a little bit more help for HelpingHans because he certainly needs it. Because this game's slipping out of his hands right now. Puma pushes on, looking for a big shot.
Good old game-winning mines for Matt. Hans desperately holding on.
Ah!
Could it be the bait he needs?
Oh, misses with the last shot. And pops the smoke and fires through it. Satchel almost from Hans. That would have been cool.
Attack ground satchels.
Yeah, it would have been awesome.
Play there from Hans. Realise that you don't have to have a vehicle to throw one on when you've upgraded them.
Oh, another satchel in the house. Gets it.
Bye bye MG squad. But is it what Noggano wanted all along? That's clearer line sight now for the Jagdtiger late game.
The Jagdtiger meta. You have to terraform the map, even at the cost of, in this case, an MG34, it would seem. Penal Battalions push on Veterancy 3, just sustaining fire power. Hans, by the way, has had this victory point in his hands for a while now, meaning he's still in this game, Ed. If it wasn't for that, he'd be out by now.
And it does have double T7. That's a lot of anti-infantry potential. I'm just amazed I'm seeing a Sturm officer actually being utilised well and kept alive this long.
Don't forget, force retreat's a hell of an ability, and target them also. If you actually do use them properly, it can really swing engagements in your favour.
And a good smoke nade as well to boot. I think that's new.
Yeah, it did have some tweaks. I mean, this game has changed so much in the last 2 years. If you're tuning in after a hiatus, you're in for a treat because Company Heroes 2 is a different beast these days. M3's going on Kubel, killing duty. Come on, Kubel, survive!
It's Vet 3, he's fine. He's got this. Give Kubel step on it, please.
Oh no! King
Such
Kubel.
an explosion from an MG round. Must have hit the oil tank.
Can we all just have a moment of silence for King Kubel?
Rip.
That's
Kubel
all we
can
needed.
dream.
That's all we needed, Ed. Just that one moment. Just one moment.
It had its time in the sun.
We took a knee. We had joy, we had fun, we had Kubels in the sun. Oh, Penal Battalion surviving almost. Nice barrage. Keeps it alive. SU-76 to the rescue. Helping Hands using every facet of his army because he needs to survive right now. He's on double-digit victory points. Yep. Noggano holding strong with breakthrough tactics engaged. Hans needs to dig deep within his resources and find something.
Needs to locate VPs and capture immediately.
Sounded like the OKW announcer there. Locate VPs and capture.
Vet 2 though, SC-76 has been doing work. Nice long field of view for it on this map.
Oh. Puma's going toe-to-toe with the SU-76. Pop smoke. Will the SU-76 get him? Misses and hits the wall instead.
The Puma and SU-76 slightly less potent guns, so they can take a couple more hits.
There we go. The Schwer's now set up, watching over the fuel points, it seems.
No Obers with STGs this time. They're going to have to go the old LMG if he gets them out. Surprised he didn't get the, you know, that little bulletin for the Sturm officer. It buffs all the infantry around if you're going to go for it. But, yeah, still a very out-the-box player here from Noggano with this doctrine pick.
2 victory points in Helping Hands' position now, and this 482 will slowly slip down, but he's...
Stem the bleed for now.
Oh, dear. It's like local talent versus Andre the Giant at the moment. It just feels like Helping Hands is set to lose, but only he can change that narrative.
Let's hope it's not a burger eating contest.
Well, if it's a microwavable curry, I'm sure he'd win on that one. First Grenadiers take position behind the wall. We've got Sturm Offizier also going for the cap, and this is Helping Hands' hard-fought advantage being eked out immediately.
And with the much as we've tried, we've bigged up Helping Hands' unit preservation, just look at Noggano's. Still got his Puma alive. Yes, he's lost the Kubel, but he's done so well keeping these quite flimsy units intact. Lost 1 Luke's, but apart from that, his infantry play has been superb. Pressuring points. Realises Helping Hands has gone for 3 PTRS Penals, which is crazy. So yeah, just taking advantage of that.
What a medium armor tier 2 game as well, or tier 3 rather. It's been so so devoid of any heavy tanks. It's kind of nice. It's like the game's design is working as intended.
Yeah. Yeah, if you go light vehicle rushes, your opponent matches you blow for blow every way, then who needs heavy tanks?
What do you think about this though, Ed? He's going for a second SU-76, a vehicle designed for defense.
I don't know. I'd more get a mortar. I would have got a mortar or some shock troops or some elite infantries. Very useful for Soviets on this.
Oh, satchel thrown there. Oh, he gets past it though. No losses.
Just to check if Brain's not AFK.
Great. Brain's still engaged, unfortunately for Hans.
Yeah, worth trying.
36 victory points ticking down to 0. T-70's going into cap mode and he needs to. We've got the combat engineers watching on as we now have a very contingent force in the centre. But Ed, this is what we saw in game 1. Hans lost the VP battle and he built up his forces, and we're starting to see a huge build-up of forces yet again, albeit this time tier 3. He's got 2 T-70s, 2 Su-76s. Can he make this work?
Well, for the good of the close.
Puma pushes in, Veteran 5, new Su-76 tags in for him. Pushes him away. Meanwhile, Vet 4, First Grenadier in peril. Su-76 turns his attention to the Vet 3, Panzer 2. Will he get the killing blow? Yes, he will. Out of control.
Great shot there from Hans. And, just gets out in time as well. But Kedden can't get the response.
What a play by Hans. He's back in, Ed. He's back
big
in
win there.
because he's got all of these vehicles now. 2 Su-76s, 2 T-70s. He's got the M3, Ed. The M3.
I think he needs to get a bit of a move on with the M3 and a penal AT squad in the middle. Get that satchel on. Step on it with the M3 and boom, satchel. A bit of twisted titsy combo there. As a tree falls into the mid VP, saying, "Look, Hans, this is where your infantry squads need to be for capping."
Tell you what though, 32 victory points is an incredibly slender margin. Of gun crew lost. It's an incredibly slender margin. That's 1 VP cap against you, and then a very quick recovery. And if the recovery's not quick enough, you're out with the game. Puma pushes in.
Vet 5 Puma is gonna shoot like a PPSH.
Oh, misses just
Where
about.
did that shell go? I don't know the last shot, but doesn't get the kill. P4 near enough built now for Noggano. Will this be the GG unit? I think this is so much stuff on, like,
It
so
is,
much
but
armor.
look at this Vet 3 Su-70. If it keeps that alive, Ed, that is a killer. It's a bona fide killer. It may not look like it, but a Vet 3 Su-85's, sorry, Su-76 isn't that much different than Su-85 in terms of overall capabilities. Its rate of fire is ridiculous.
I think Hans needs 1 con squad, just 1 constant squad, upgraded with 7 men, just so he can run around and merge with the support crews like the Dushkas.
Sturm Officer with its 4th pip of veterancy now watches on and heralds the awakening of the Panzer IV Alf J.
Yep. Bit of float from Hans. I think he's deliberating whether he's going for tier 4 or just keep pounding out these tier 3 miniature
Double down,
heroes.
Ed. He can't afford to tech. He has to just, in my opinion, he has to just keep up this. What he's doing right now is kind of working. He's got very low fuel vehicles and he can pump them out. Another Dushka as well coming out, so he's trying to control, but he can't even afford to lose this. This is what I'm talking about.
Every VP and not get flanked. It's going to be a tough game, but I think the Vet 5 Puma is just keeping Hans in Noggano's pocket at the moment.
But he can't even afford for this to happen. Every single one of his 32 victory points, he can, like, one's just died. That's one, you know, one he can't afford to lose.
Although I remember seeing Hans win or lose a famous VP game by about 1 VP to 0. So on this map especially, oh, squad going down for Noggano there.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that was. We've got our eyes on this southern vehicle battle at the moment. 25 points remain.
A lot of bounces off that P4.
Su-76 can't get the penetrations. Oh, this one can. The Vet 2 one. Puma tries to get some lucky shots in. And we've got another recon cap by the T-70.
I just wish he goes full Alec Trevelyan for England, James. And just pushes in because...
Oh, pushing in. Talking of which, here comes the T-70.
He's heard me.
Vet 3. Hell of a lot of damage. Puma rears its ugly head and gets a good shot in, however. Misses with the follow-up. Meanwhile, T-70 completes the cap.
Yeah.
The damage was done though, Ed. He lost 12 victory points in all that.
I think somebody needs to send courier pigeon, memo, anything, text to Hans to say, look, North VP, it exists.
Yeah, it does. A
You
T-70...
can go up there, it's nothing defending it.
Especially when you got this much fuel. He's got 240. He could take the Vet 2 T-70, I guess. I know it's got a bit of veterancy, but still he could risk it for a biscuit.
Yep. And some glorious green cover now for the south side spawn on this map. That's a nice little change there.
It is. And we're talking of green cover. There's none for Noggano in the centre anymore. He's got to do this the hard way. Pushes up. Oh, Hans needs to react. He can't allow this victory point to be taken. He can't afford to reverse away. He needs to go toe-to-toe with Noggano.
Noggano's still got the old Overwatch ability at his disposal. In his pocket. Here he goes. He's selected it. A sector artillery, I believe it's called. A lot of red smoke.
Assault artillery, indeed.
Yep.
And here it comes. The first bombs are going to fall. And as we say, Hans has 20 victory points. He's down on the judges' scorecards. He can't afford to play the jabbing game right now, Ed. He has to throw. This is round 12, and he has to look for a knockout. He can't afford to lose any more victory points.
19 VPs bleeding. A lot of fireworks and victory smoke for Noggano. Premature. Very rare you see this ability in the 1v1.
Su-76 pushes in. Panzer IV reverses away. Meanwhile, Fraternity hold strong in the centre. 13 victory points remain. Panzer Fusiliers, not for much longer.
Pino, live. Yeah, I don't think Luke's can snipe it.
Oh, he's finally... No, he's not. He's looking at it, Ed. He's
no.
looking at the victory point.
He's get this as well, because he doesn't use the minimap. If you don't use the minimap, they just stand watching a VP. This is
cruel as it can be.
I feel your pain, dude.
Oh
I
dear.
did the same thing.
As he's consumed by the centre. He thinks he's capping the north, but he isn't. And his victory points are going down.
If it goes to 3...
Why are the victory points going down? Oh, there we go. He's gone to the north.
I think 3 VPs you can do it in time.
Oh, it's close.
The middle one.
It's close.
The middle one's got to go neutral.
Oh my god!
Debated.
Oh, look how close that was. Let's take a print screen of that for the loyal CoH2 fans. We'll put
by a misclick on the tac map.
Oh dear, oh dear. Hans now 2-1 down in this series. What a game.
Achtung, Angriffstruppe ist unterwegs. Ziel erkannt. Abrufzone markiert.
What a game that was. That was exciting.
Brilliant stuff. Agonizingly close to decapping there from HelpingHans, but Noggano again deserved winner of that game due to the VP pressure. Just from the off, kept it going. Oh, you love rubbing this in, don't you?
No, I don't. I really
Poor
don't.
guy's gonna be like, no.
Oh,
$10K
you'll see what Ed's
where you
referring
at?
to in a second. You'll see what Ed's referring to in a second, but there you go.
But Hans again has all the units. He preserved them well. Why isn't he throwing them in? And why is he upgrading every penal with PTOS instead of just letting them be anti-infantry? I don't know. So perhaps a bit of change of tactic needed from him.
So yeah, I've just posted an image on Reddit and CoH2.org. So go and give that some upvote love. So people can bask in what we just saw. That's brutal if you see it. That's just brutal.
Red 3, but they still don't know how to cap a VP. Oh well.
Oh dear, oh dear.
But look at that army size. As you snapshot there for Hans. Yeah, it's so much. I don't know. I hope he gets a bit of that Von Ivan spirit in him in the next game.
Well,
Goes
Von
all in.
Ivan came back, right? So I think HelpingHans can. I've seen HelpingHans made great comebacks in the past, so anything's possible if you just believe.
He won game 1 so convincingly as well. We're like, whoa, Hans' luck's changed. Got that brilliant demo charge off, satchel charge on 2 squads. Turned the game on its head. But yeah, game 4, it's scrapping for his life now.
At least he was losing that game. At least he wasn't like it wasn't like a 10 VP from both players kind of thing. It would have been brutal if it was like game 5 and they were both on low victory points. But as it was game 3 and he was on low. It was only him on low victory points, so it's kind of.
I'd rather throw it all, cast your fate into the wind, and just go nuts and lose on that front than.
Yeah, I guess
out
so.
Slowly. But
He was kind of a bit too resilient to risk in that game. He should have gone in a bit more, probably. But we're literally just gonna 1 minute break, guys. I'm not even gonna throw up a countdown clock. We just need a second to have a drink. Okay, here we go. But not now. And we're back, We're loading straight away in with Game 4 of Noggano Hands. Got loads of amazing people in chat. Give a big shout out to people like Kiwi Burb. What a legend.
Yep.
And
Definitely not from New Zealand.
Magson69.
Good old Sturm Tiger Gaddafi. I didn't meet him up in New York. I don't know what happened there, but got to see G-Dot instead. And Sturm Panther Ishtari, the 4v4 Kings. Ragnar Hammersbane represented as well. So yeah. Formerly Jeff. What a name.
It used to be Jeff. Exactly.
I did see somebody called Double Bogey, so shout out to Double Bogey because that's usually the score I ever get if I play golf.
Let's we're loading straight in. It's loading up right now. Let's load that little Stuka thing. Hang on.
Achtung! Angriffstruppe ist unterwegs. Ziel erkannt. Abwurfzone markiert.
And we're back in Game 4. Ed, tell us who we're seeing right here.
Seeing some baboom from Noggano representing for the USF. Freedom Fires pack, quarter pounder of cheese. He's got everything here. And he'll be attacking from the north against...
Give them death!